Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. Today I've got a very early look at an upcoming game for you and it's called Peasants. Now this one is really early in its development, so early in fact that the developer mentioned that the name of the game may even change. Again, it's currently called Peasants, but that could change down the road. Now, that said, I believe the developer is working to build a demo of the game and have that available in the March or April timeframe. I'm not positive on that, but I believe I heard that in one of the dev logs. So that would be very cool. And we might get a chance to actually play this before too long. I do think it's going to be quite some time before this hits early access. But I've been following it for quite a while now, and I put this video together just to get it on your radar. It's listed in Steam, so you can go there to wishlist and follow it if you like. Now, I asked the developer about a month ago if I could get a key to the game and put a video together, but he said it just wasn't ready for that yet. So I continued to follow the progress and watch the developer logs about it over the last few weeks. But I just really wanted to get the word out on this one because I love the art style. And I don't know, somehow I'm drawn to this game and I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, I spend a whole bunch of time researching games for the channel. So I come across these games from time to time. And in fact, I've got several more queued up to showcase on the channel in the coming weeks. But unless you're spending the kind of time I do researching games, it's highly unlikely you would have heard of this game, which again is exactly why I wanted to share this with you today. Since I haven't played the game myself yet, in this video, we're going to look at some clips from the developer's devlogs and then hear about the game right from him. I got permission to share this footage from the developer because I think this game looks great. And I just couldn't wait for the demo to be ready before, again, getting the word out and having you guys be aware of this game. So if you like early access stuff or pre-early access, or you like knowing about games way in advance, kind of like I do, then this video is for you. If you don't want to see something you can't purchase, then turn the video off and move on. It won't hurt my feelings. But I think it's going to be a little bit of time before we get our hands on a full, even an early access release of this. But then again, maybe the demo will come out in March or April. Anyway, I'll put some links in the description so that you can find the developer's YouTube channel. That's where I pulled the content for basically all the content you see in this video is from the developer's YouTube channel. Again, I'll put the link in the description for that, as well as a link to the Discord. So you can join the Discord and have a chat with the developer yourself or ask questions, provide suggestions, all that good stuff. Okay, now let's hear a little bit from the developer and we'll watch some of these developer clips. Okay, here we go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of my Developer Diaries. My name's Chris Cook. I'm the sole developer of this game, which is currently called Peasants. The idea behind this game is it is a sort of village builder / city builder with a layer of kind of sim management similar to that of, I guess, like The Sims. So what I want from this game is you have the normal duties of developing a city, making sure it flourishes and grows, expands, making sure you can adequately cater for all your villagers, but at the same time I don't want the villagers to just be a stat which is just there, so you have X amount of villagers and each one of those villagers has no needs, no cares, no wants. They just basically just do whatever they want, what you tell them to, and you could put them as a farmer one day, you could put them as a blacksmith the other day, and they would just adapt and continue, and it would be like they'd been used to that job for their entire life. What I'm trying to do is actually make the villagers seem a bit more real. So each villager has their own stats. So for example, they have like strengths. So actually, if we have a look, ignore the pictures, but they have strength, charisma, intelligence, constitution, and leadership, and jobs. Each job. So for example, here the blacksmith will require different. So if I get rid of this, at the minute I've just been playing with the UI, so ignore this bit here, it's a bit broken. But you can see here that the bonus here is strength. So if you assign someone who has a high amount of strength to this building, they will actually be better than someone who isn't strong. And on top of that, we have stuff like traits as well, which can also influence that. And then villagers then also build up experience on that job as well. I talked about this in the previous episodes, But basically, the longer a settler does that job, the more experience they will gain, and the better at that job they will be, less chance of accidents, etc. that they'll have. So again, you can't expect someone to spend 30 years of their life doing a single job, put them as another job and expect them to do that job just as well. It just doesn't work like that. It's not like other games where they're just a number, and it's like, oh, I'm doing one thing one day, I can immediately just stick them in another job and do another thing another day. They actually have to grow and learn. Same with like the whole marrying and everything. You know, you watch people build up these relationships, fall out, fall in love, and then you throw them a wedding, and you've chosen to throw them a wedding, and they're now married, they have children. You know, you've been playing this like an hour or two, and you'll see that like your actions have had this ripple effect through. And then, you know, a few hours later, their children you'll be marrying, or you'll be dealing with conflicts, or maybe you've got to banish them. So you remember you saw their children being born. Unfortunately, the way you've been managing the village or part of their trait system has meant that they've not turned out the best, or something has happened and you need to actually end up banishing them. There's these stories that the player builds up. I think it's going to be really interesting, and hopefully set this apart. It's a mix between The Sims and Banished. It's kind of like a combination of them, trying to pick out the best parts of each. The games I really enjoy. I really want to focus on the micromanagement of building a town still. I love the whole collection of resources, building it up, ever improving, building up efficiency. But I always feel like those games, you get to a point where it becomes cookie cutter build, where you just have like this, just do this, and it just always works, and it loses that kind of interest. There's no randomness anymore. And that was one of the things that when I played Crusader Kings 3 recently, I realised how much that randomness can be fun. When you got to like cope with some randomness that's just appeared out of nowhere, or for example, your king gets an illness, or your heir is suddenly really powerful, and you want to try and give them the line. I love the whole coping with that randomness and dealing with it, and adjusting your strategy and how you play the game constantly. And I'm hoping that combination of all that, this art style and everything like that, I can appeal to a bit of a wider audience as well, be a bit more of like a casual approach.
So that was the developer, and I think he gave a pretty good overview of the game. Now, this is just a preview video, so we should probably start to wrap this up, but I wanted to show you some footage that he just posted a few days ago, and it's of a wedding taking place in the village. Now, in this clip, you'll see the newly married couple and the villagers gathering to celebrate just outside the church, and I thought this was just awesome. So let's take a look at that.
So yeah, these guys have actually just got married, and so they actually have plus 25 to their happiness for a long time. So, marrying people can actually be a good way to game the happiness game. So for example, if people are unhappy or whatever, you can just quickly get a marriage out there or something, just so people are actually a little bit happier. Especially if someone's going to leave or whatever, you can do that. Marriage is going to cost you, obviously, to do, and also I'd like it that when I was talking earlier about an event which interrupts everybody, it's also going to have a knock-on effect to your entire economy, because you basically, for 4 or 5 hours, maybe a full day, you're going to basically stop people from doing what they're doing and do this. So you've got to judge the payoff. Do you stop all production, but then your villagers are all a lot happier, they're celebrating, all the social values that go up, or do you not do it? It's that payoff. So you've got to choose when to really do it as well.
Very cool. Very cool. Let me know what you think of that wedding in the comments below. I just thought that was really cool and really well done. And that may have been the camel that broke the straw's back and made me want to put this video together because it just looks so cool to me. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. That should just about do it for our preview. Again, I'll put some links in the description where you can find out more about the game. As I mentioned, you can wishlist it in Steam if you want to keep the game on your radar. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out the First Looks playlist that I have on my channel. I have a bunch of games in there already and many, many more to come where I just provide a quick overview of the game to get it on your radar. Again, I find games that I don't think a lot of people have an opportunity to run across. So I put these out, these First Looks and these preview videos, just to get them on your radar so you're aware that they exist. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.